listen to him hoping you'll get some insight, but it's the same old thing. It's okay. Do you, boo boo? I mean, at this rate, do you? Moving on swiftly. But do you think he's also trying to generate, I don't know, a bit more clout so that people can follow him on that app or transfer his fellowship to the new app? Because the way he's thumping his chest about being kicked out of YouTube is a bit, I don't know, for me, that's a failure. So why is he going so far as to
if he admitted that they had won, that's another thing. It's a bit plausible that he was kicked out of the channel because he is very controversial. There's nothing positive. He's always attacking somebody.
Yeah.
He's always coming for blood, and it's not even in the nicest way. I can attack you, but leave your dignity intact.
You know, even the screenshot that he sent from, I think one of the there was a journalistic group, I don't remember which one, but he sent a screenshot saying that he's been asked to give comment on some of the negative stuff that he'd been posting about some specific people. Like he's a hate speech. Is it really hate speech? Or what's the statement that they use now for men who are the manoverse, like people influencing people in the manoverse? There's a statement for it.
It's giving incel vibes, but I won't go there. I won't go there.
It really does. Yeah, I don't know. Moving on swiftly. Away from this Andrew Kibe shenanigans, we have the shenanigans of Diamond Platnumz and Khaligraph Jones. So just in case you hadn't seen this, it was happening. Diamond Platnumz very recently went to stage, and let me find specifically what stage it was. It was Ruangwa Lindi, and he went on stage, and the interesting thing is it was a full-on Halloween type vibe because there were you know, Grim Reapers with their hooks, and he came out through a coffin. They had a bunch of scary visuals going on as well. It was just giving a lot of Halloween. And according to him, he actually posted and said, coming out from a coffin was an insane experience last night. I was scared as F in there. And then he, of course, tagged the place he was in and everything. And so, obviously, a lot of us are just going like, yeah, artists do go a long way into making sure that their shows are a hit and they are memorable. And of course, it is sort of kind of Halloween. So I get why he's getting in the theme of Halloween already. It's an interesting performance altogether. I mean, you've seen Doja Cat's video. If you haven't seen Doja Cat's new video, you probably need to go and watch it because it is pretty much paranormal activity. We've seen a lot of crazy things happening with artists. We've seen even, what's his name, Lil Nas X doing some scary things on set. We've seen Sam Smith doing the same thing. People do go a long way into making these very interesting visuals so far. But, of course, this was different because it was done by an African and specifically by an East African. And we had Khaligraph Jones coming right up after that and saying that, dude, I did that 6 years ago. Why are you always trying to copy me?
Unnecessary.
Very unnecessary. If you did it 6 years ago, people didn't talk about it. Did you hear an event where Khaligraph Jones popped up in a coffin?
Yeah, it happened, but you know, it was just a regular coffin carried by 6 men.
So
you can't even
compare. Wasn't noise. It wasn't as intense as this. Look at this production. This is a full-on production.
It's giving the worship.
It really is giving indoctrinated into the Illuminati. If there was ever a time that you would say, by the way, I'm a Patikana Illuminati, if at all that's a whole thing, I think this would be the time. But it's this controversy. This got a lot of people talking. This got a lot of people actually talking about Diamond Platnumz and amazing performances and so on and so forth. And then OG does this one, and it reminds me of those guys where the that's what Khaligraph Jones' version was giving, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's really giving, you know, some. Hey, let me not go against tribes. My point is, there's production value. There's a lot of energy that was put into this whole production. And as people are falling back looking at the videos, it is the production value. I get that you did the same thing, but what was your production value? And simply because someone, I mean, Swati, it is Diamond Platnumz we're coming against or coming at for copying. We had this conversation a few days ago where he's practically almost word for word plus ad-libs copied and lifted off of other Nigerian artists. Like, there's nothing new about that, yeah? my point is he did it. He did an amazing performance. So I think Khaligraph Jones, you need to up your game when it comes to production value. I don't know, give us something we can all talk about, like a nationwide. This is almost a worldwide conversation now. So give us that kind of production value, and then we can talk if someone copies that.
Now, if you were a 90s baby, you probably grew up in the age of CDs and DVDs.
And Undertaker.
And there was a time where the Illuminati had us all in a chokehold. As in, if Illuminati was responsible for the rumors that were being spread, you would buy DVDs, CDs, where they would debunk
part 2,
the mysteries of the Illuminati, you know. And I think all of this was just a gimmick to garner attention and for people to talk about Beyonce, Rihanna, Jay-Z. We're still talking about them to date. We're still associating them with Illuminati, with demons, with demonic. As in, I could have just been into the goth culture, you know, and then I went and did this. Somebody who had time on their hands went and created an essay so believable, so well thought out, and people were like,
it's true.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So I think Diamond is playing into the stereotype where if you're successful, it's all because you joined a demonic cult where you're giving sacrifices of your parents. So now if by any bad luck, a relative of Diamond's today was to fall ill, or to pass away, as in rumors would be rife, as in Tanzanian internet would be hot. So I feel like celebrities are just playing into the stereotypes that are happening right now, into the controversies, into the conspiracies that people have, and I love it for them. This is the kiki you actually want, you know, not those lame storylines, and then we find out you're just dropping a banger. Kenyan artists, can you see what your brothers are doing? I want
generation.
Nameless and Wahoo to come out and say, actually, documentary dropping. This is how we joined the Illuminati. You know, these are the kind of stories I want to see happening. So tell us, was it Kiki or is he really doing some demonic worship or something like that?
I don't know. Regardless, it looked like a really good production.
And we're talking about it.